Alright, students, today I'm going to go through 2019 paper 2 PSLE paper. So for today, I'm going to go through question 1 to 11 very quickly so that you have an idea how to solve the questions in front. Okay, let's take a look at question 1. Write the common multiple of 4 and 10. The first common multiple. So I'm going to circle first. So this is first common multiple. So actually you list now 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. So for 10, 20, and you will get to see the answer 20 now. Okay, this one first question, normally you all can. Or part B, all the common factors of 18 and 81. So for 18, you will list down. And for 81, you will also list down. Because you can use a calculator. So when I say common factor, that means the number that appears as a factor in 18 and the numbers that appear in 81. So you will see 1, 3, 9. And that's it. The answer is 1, 3, and 9. Okay, that's for question 1. If we take a look at question 2, in the figure, ACD and BCD are right angle triangle. By measuring the base and the height, find the area of triangle ABD. Keep your answer in one decimal place. This I already explained in class before, because you are really measuring using a ruler. And a ruler can maybe give you 10.1, 10.2, 8.1, 8.2. This is called one decimal place. You cannot tell me, maybe 9.25. Cannot. So they want the triangle ABD. So in order to avoid confusion, I am going to highlight for you. I want A, B, D. This is the one that highlighted in green. And we can see that there is a right angle. So you measure AB, you measure BD, the actual measurement. So you all cannot guess. Okay, they want A, B, D. So we are going to measure. So let's measure BD. Okay, so it could be 3.2. From my side is 3.2. Let me see. Yep, this is the BD. On my side is 3.2. Then let's measure the height. You can see when you measure the height, you can see that. Let me see. Do you see 9.3? Then after that, you can use the formula and your calculator to get the final answer. It could be due to the printing that you may have a difference in the measurement. Well, the idea is you need to really use your ruler to measure and use your calculator to calculate the answer for question 2. Okay, let's go to question 3. Mr. Raja started walking from home at 8:50 a.m. to the market, which was a distance of 900 meters away, and he walked at the speed of 75 meters per minute. At what time did he reach the market? This one sounds like very simple. So if the distance is 900, the speed is 75 meters per minute. This means that 1 minute he walks 75 meters. Okay, so how many minutes will he take? You divide first. Okay, maybe some of you actually use to find the time Now I'm finding the time, and you will get 12. This 12 means 12 minutes, meaning from 8:50, you need to actually draw a timeline to show me what will happen 12 minutes later. So normally what we'll do is we will go by 10 minutes first to make an hour so that it's easier for you. Then you're left with another 2 more minutes to get 0902. That means 9 a.m. 9:02 a.m. So you can write like this, 9:02 a.m. or you can write in 24-hour clock. It's also okay because they didn't say cannot. Okay, let's move on to question 4. Question 4. Siti had a rectangular piece of paper giving this measurement 35 by 24.6. She cut out as many squares as possible from the paper. Each side of the side of each square was 5 centimeters. So for you to better understand, I will draw the big piece of paper, not drawn to scale. This is not drawn to scale. So that you can see for yourself. It's measuring 35 by 24.6 centimeter. And now she has to cut as many squares as possible. That's measuring 5 centimeter. For example, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. This one is 5 centimeter by 5 centimeter. Okay, how come I'm so clear that I cut a 7? Because actually inside my mind, I already know. In the length, 35 divided by 5 is 7. I can cut 7 exactly in the length of 35 cm. However, for the breadth, when you have 24.6 divided by 5, you no longer get a nice number. You get a 4. 4 times 5 is 20 and the remainder 4.6. Meaning, I can cut 4. I really can cut 4. But the thing is, I will have this remainder of 4.6 centimeter. Okay, let me show you all. Not drawn to scale. I really can cut 4. But I will have this strip of remainder left. Okay, so now they ask you, what area of the paper was left? Actually, they are referring to this part here. I think this you know. Then you take your 35 times 4.6. You will get 161. And from the diagram, you really can see how many squares did CT cut out. Or even if you count or you take 7 times 4, you will have 28. Okay, that is your part A and part B answer. Now let's quickly move on to question 5. These are easy questions, but I still go through just in case you need people to revise with you. So for this kind of front view, you are here viewing from the front. So please draw in pencil. Okay, for easy presentation, in case you cannot see from the video, I draw in pen. But for you, please draw in pencil. All right. And this is the one they say, Susie painted the whole solid, including the base. She took out and actually make it apart. That means we're going to take out all the 5 cubes. How many faces not painted? You have no choice. You really need to check that 5 cubes one by one. For example, first cube here. You can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. 5 faces painted. So there is 1 face not painted. Then we check the top one, corner. 1, 2, 3, 4 painted. So how many not painted? 6 minus 4 is 2. Now let's check this. 1, 2, 3, 4 painted also. How many not painted? 2. Let's check the bottom one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 painted as well. So how many not painted? 6 minus 4 is 2. How about the last one? That is the other side behind. That one only, let me see, 2 sides painted. How many not painted? So 3. 6 minus 3 is 3. 3, 2, 4, 6. So this one is 3 sides not painted. Which are the 3 sides here? 1. Okay, at the side 2. And on the front 3. So you take 3 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1. Then you will get 10. So the answer for part B is 10. All right, let's move on to question 6. Question 6. The figure is made up of 3 squares. Find x. Just like that, 3 squares, find x. So you need to know the properties of your square quite well. In other words, some of you can tell me that you know that this is 90 degrees, let's say. Okay, from what I know, I slowly broaden up to what I don't know. So let's find this angle here. Some of you can even give some label to your diagram so that it's easier for you to see and name. So for this angle, DAB is 180 minus 128, which is 52. I reference inside here. Then after that, we are going to find this ABD. So I know that this is a 90 degree also. So I am going to find angle ABD, which is 180 minus 52 minus 90. You will get 38. You're quite happy because once you have this 38, you can find this. Angle CBE equal 90 minus 38. You will get 52. Very close already to X. Okay, so now we are going to find angle BCE 180 minus 52 minus 90, which is still 38. Now we can find X. 180 minus 38 become 142, and that is your answer. So from question 6 onwards, I will write down my final statement. Okay, for easy communication. Now let's take a look at question 7. Question 7. The bar graph shows the number of books read by class 6A from January to April. The number of books read is not shown on the scale. It's not shown. They only give you units. So I'm sure you're not scared. You just count the units. Units means if I zoom in and say, okay, 1 unit here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You see a 10 units here. All right. So with that, you can actually slowly count and write the units on top of the bar. Why? Why right on top of the bar? So that when you calculate, you will not make mistake. Now, they ask you, what is the percentage increase from January to February? So I already know percentage increase. This one is a P6 syllabus. You definitely will see it. I'm comparing against January. So January, there are 10 units here. So from 10, I increase to 20. So what is the increase? 20 minus 10 is 10. So I multiply by 100%. You will find that the increase is 100%. There's such thing. It's really there's such thing as 100% increase. You do not be alarmed if you see 500% or maybe 33.1%. So this one, A is 100%. Okay? The average number of books read from January to April is 75. How many books did class 6A read in January? So it's here. Since they are asking about average, I'm going to find the total by taking 75 times 4. Why times 4? Because there are 4 months. Yes. Then let me count. How many units are there? 10 units plus 20 units plus 8 units plus 22 units give me 60 units. So now you can write 60 unit correspond to 300. 1 unit correspond to 5. Then straight away find 22 units, which is 110. So this is still quite okay. Give a final statement for your part A. Give a final statement for your part B. Okay? Can? So this final statement is actually to help you as well. So in your exam, you can please go and do your best strategy. At least you check the units, the equation, NTUC. Go and do your NTUC. This one, NTUC. That you really transfer things properly, correctly. All right, let's take a look at question 8. A box contained black beads and white beads. At first, the number of black beads was 1/3 the number of white beads. After 1/4 of the black beads and 3/8 of the white beads were used, 63 beads were left. What fraction of the beads were used? Answer in simplest form. How many beads were there in the box at first? So take note now. Some of you say, wow, black beads. There are black beads and white beads. I'm going to use a model drawing to show you. You can use units as well. Black, white. I'm going to draw it bigger. This means that the black is 1 unit, or the white is 3 units. So I'm going to draw 1 unit for the black. Then I'm going to draw, like not drawn to scale, 3 units for the white. Okay, then they say after 1/4 of the black, meaning in this one part, I'm going to cut into 4. And 3/8 of the white. Now this is the issue. I have 3 parts here. How to actually cut into 8? 3. How do I cut to 8? Yes, the lowest common multiple of 3 and 8 is 3 times 8 gives you 24. Meaning I am going to cut everything into 24 smaller units, which is like that now. At least I know that 3/8 is 9 out of 24. So later I will get the 9 units. I'm going to cut now into 8. Then you will have 24. Just nice. That since this is 8 units, I also can cut this 4 units and subdivide into 8 smaller ones. Okay, so I count. These are the ones being used. These are the nice small units being used. This is the 2 units being used. I label properly so that at least I am clear that now my black, I have 8. My white, I have 24 units. Then they ask you, what fraction of the bits were used? 9 plus 2 is 11. So if you ask me what fraction, 24 plus 8 is 32. So the answer is 11 out of 32. Now they ask you, how many bits were there in the box at first? Look at the 63. These are the bits that were left. So you can go and count. You see, oh, 32 units minus the one that's being used. I am left with 21 units. So at least you know 21 unit correspond to 63. 1 unit is 63 divided by 21, which is 3. So if you want to find at first, you just take 32 times 3, which is 96. So this one quite doable. I'm sure you can do it. There were 96 bits at first. So I bring down the answer and make sure it's correct. Okay, let's move on to question 9. Now, question 9, even though it looks like simple question, but I still go through because there are algebra involved. The parameter of the entire ABCDE is 10p plus 11. The parameter of the square is 12. So with this, I divided by 4 first to find that this is 3 centimeter. This is 3 centimeter. This is 3 centimeter as well. But you need to take note of when they say find the perimeter of ABCDE, it actually refers to, let me draw out for you, it refers to this. Sometimes you are too nervous, you thought that the inner lines are counted. No, only the outline is counted. Then I hope that you can see clearly. Let me adjust the lighting a little bit more. Great. So you can see that 3 cm, 3 cm, 3 cm plus something else gives you 10p plus 11. So I am going to solve. What you can do is you can take 10p plus 11 because 3 times 3 is 9. You are going to minus 9. You will get 10p plus 2. This is actually the sum of A, B, D without this sign. So now I am going to plus the 3 centimeter that is from here. Then you will get 10p plus 5. When you write down your answer, remember a bracket and a centimeter. I slow down for here. Okay? Then they ask you, oh, the parameter of ABCDE is 31. What is the value of P? Then this one, it will be quite clear cut. They are telling you this is 31. They are giving you a number. So at least I know that P is 20 divided by 10, which is 2. So the value of P is 2. Can? Now let's take a look at question 10. Question 10. At first, the ratio of number of boys to number of girls in the chess club was 4:1. After 6 boys and 6 girls joined the club, the ratio became 3:1. What did the percentage of the members of the boys increase, decrease, or remain the same? Show you're working clearly. In the end, how many boys were there in the club? Now, this is a phrasing that we have learned in our heuristic. They give you a starting number of boys and girls. Then they tell you, oh, I have the same number of boys and girls joining the club. So what is the heuristic? What remain unchanged? Yes, it is difference unchanged. So I'm going to write down the heading, boys, girls. Initially is 4:1. The difference is actually 3. In the end, same thing, boys, girls, difference became 3:1 and the difference is 2. By right, I expect the difference to be the same. So I know that 3 times 2 is 6. This is an important step. I'm going to do the necessary to change the difference to the same number by actually using common multiple. So this is the one to look at. The boys initially have 8, girls 2 units. After more boys and more girls joined, it became 9, 3, and 6. So they ask you, did the percentage of members who are boys increase or decrease? So let's take a look. Let's take a look on what is 8 out of 10. in terms of percentage. Teacher, how you get a 10? Or 8 plus 2 give you 10 here. 8 plus 2 give you 10. Versus 9, 12. How do I get 12? I take 9 plus 3 give me 12. So in terms of percentage, did it increase? Did it decrease? Or remain the same? You will realize that from 80% becomes 75%. 80% becomes 75%. So is there an increase or decrease? Answer is decrease lah. Decrease. But to get this 1 mark, you need this working. Okay? So they ask you, in the end, how many boys were there in the club? In the end, how many boys were there in the club? From 8 unit to 9 unit, 6 boys joined. So 9 unit minus 8 unit is 1 unit. 1 unit corresponds to 6. So 9 times 6 is 54. So far, still okay. The questions still look like doable. Then you will know that later, for maybe question 13 onwards, you will need a second part of the video, which I will actually prepare for you. So same thing. Final statement. Sure have time, just write it down and ensure that you can get these 3 marks. Okay, let's take a look at 11. Question 11. ABCD is a trapezium. EC and ED are the same. So I already put a stroke to tell you they are the same. ADE is a straight line. So you see, a trapezium has only 1 pair of parallel lines. And this is very important. When we talk about trapezium, you need to identify which is the 1 pair of parallel line. And how to actually determine you by observation. You take a look at A, B, and C. This one look like parallel, right? Look like, Look like. But actually, if you go further, they may meet, versus these 2 lines. Okay, versus these 2 lines. So I highlight out the pair of parallel lines for you first. Okay, I highlight out the pair of parallel lines. Maybe I use yellow, then you can see clearly. They ask, find angle CED. CED. Okay, can. Actually, this is the parallel line. ABCD, ABCD, this one. This is the so-called parallel line. Okay, because anyway, these two are not parallel. Okay, fine. So these are the 2 parallel lines that I highlighted for you. Now they ask you for CED. Never mind. We are going to find part by part. Maybe we find angle ADC by using the sum of angle between a parallel line to get 150. So this is 150. So since this is a straight line, angle CDE equal 180 minus 150, which is 30. And straight away, I know this is 30 because it's an isosceles triangle. Then you can find angle CED by taking 180 minus 30 minus 30 to give you 120 degree. Okay, now I write down here. I also write this down as well. So I know that angle ABC is 110. Okay, now no, this is 110. This is 120. The diagonal actually are not the same. So you roughly know, okay, this one trapezium. Don't know whether this one is a parallelogram or not because it looks like parallelogram. So let's check. They say ABD is an equilateral triangle. True, false, not possible to tell. ABD. Can it be equilateral or not? One of them already 70. Cannot, because equilateral 180 divided by 3 is 60. So this one very confidently, I put a false. Then they say AB, CE is a parallelogram. Can it be parallelogram or not? You cannot tell me not possible to tell, right? Because the numbers already tell you the diagonals are not the same. This is 120. I really can find 120. This one 110. I really can find is 110. So this is still false. Okay, the next one. BD is perpendicular to DC. That means they are saying BD and BC, they give you a 90 degree. Look like 90, right? Can we assume or not? Wow, true, can assume. Actually cannot. Actually, I don't know. I truly don't know because BD and DC, they actually look like 90 degree, but my information is insufficient. So, because my information is insufficient, it is not possible to tell. Okay, it's not possible to tell. That's for question 11. Okay, now I very quickly go to the last question for the first part now, so that we can focus on 13 to 17 in the second part of the video or in class. So let's take a look. These are the printing rates. Your favorite question. Machine A started at 12 noon and actually ended at 12:05. Okay, but machine B, for the first 2 minutes, he took a break. I mean, the machine took a break and also ended at 12:05, but at a higher number. So let's take a look. What is this number? 350. What is this number then? 270. So with that, they say, how many pages had machine A at the same time Mr. Lim started machine B? So they are talking about this. At 12:02, let me actually zoom out for you a little bit higher. When machine B just started, how much did machine A already printed? If you look carefully using a ruler, it's actually 140. So your part A answer is 140. With that, they ask you, okay, so what is the total number of pages they printed from 12 to 12:05? But at the end of 12:05, it's actually 350 for A, machine A, and 217 for machine B, which you will get 620. That is your part B answer. Now they ask you, okay, so who has a faster printing rate? And let's say, for example, A and B. In that 5 minutes, A can print 350. Okay, so 1 minute, A can print 70 pages. But you look at B, I draw your attention to B a little bit more. Look at B. B took 3 minutes. This one from 12:02 to 12:05 actually is 3 minutes. In 3 minutes, take note, it's not 5. In 3 minutes, B can print 270. So 1 minute, B can print 270 divided by 3, which is 90. So which one has a faster printing rate? 70 or 90? B has a faster printing rate. What is the difference in per minute? You take 90 minus 70 to get 20. So at least I know that it's 20 pages per minute. So as I transfer the answer over, machine B, 20. So I can still write down my final statement here. All right, thank you for your patience. That's all. You can actually stay tuned for the part 2 from question 13 to 17. All right, that's all.